Simon, you look at the debris of the EU summit and we go to the ECB. What would Chancellor Merkel like from Governor Draghi, President Draghi?
Well, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, unlike others, would view the ECB as an independent body. But there must be some hope within the capitals that the ECB will kind of follow through on this euphoria. There's certainly economic reasons to do so. The economy in the doldrums, flatlining for most of this year, and so there is probably a reason in the eyes of most economists for a rate cut this week. Whether they'll do more, how deep that cut will be, whether they'll do more in the way of using collateral rules or offering more liquidity, remains to be seen. But they do have a track record of rewarding political progress during this crisis.
Here's my read of the weekend, Simon. Charles Weiplotz at Vox EU. I thought this was a terrific primer, folks, on coming out of the meeting. There was nothing on collapsing Greece, nothing on unsustainable public debts in several countries, and no end in sight to recession and an increasing number of countries. Simon, frame for us the difference between the real economy and the debate of the elites.
I think they're pretty well connected, but the likes of Merkel are trying to look forward. They accept the the economic pain of the moment. They're trying to project a euro area forward into one that's in existence in 10, 20 years or so. They worry about unintended consequences, doing something now that will give the economy and the bond market a bit of a rally, but then will peter away in the long term, and people will look back to what they're doing now and say, well, the reason the euro area doesn't work properly is because of what they did in 2012. So that's a real conundrum for them that they've followed throughout this crisis, is they've been trying to fight for the long term rather than the short term.
They've been trying to follow the bond market. I mean, and judging by the European summit results, 6.2% on Spain, moving down from 7%, is considered a success. So how will the Europeans use, or how can they use this opportunity, this relief in the bond market, to move forward and finally make progress?
Well, the question is whether they do. We've been here before. You might remember a year ago they had a big meeting in Brussels. Markets went up, and then they all went on holiday. And halfway through, they were pulled back. So they've got to be careful of declaring victory too soon again. How they're going to use this time? They're going to be working on this report, the Van Rompuy report, that will include elements of greater fiscal union. That's due to return to their tables in October. And they'll be hoping that that the leaders of Spain and Italy and the other peripherals use this time to justify the lower bond yields. So there's a degree of hope, and on all parts, the bond markets are looking at them and saying, well, don't drop the ball again. The leaders are looking to the capitals of the troubled states and saying, you've got to carry through. And everyone's looking to the core economies and saying, don't just go on holiday. Make sure that the reforms you're talking about now are carried through. Again, there's been false starts before.